Turning now to the election, which is sure to have a huge impact on the direction of the economy. While former President Trump's 2-point lead over Kamala Harris is the same margin he had over President Biden, CNBC's latest All-America economic survey found out there's still plenty of uncertainty around the outcome in November. Steve Liesman is here with those findings. Steve?
Thanks, Kelly. This is what makes polling so interesting. This latest survey shows remarkable stability when you look at the head-to-head competition on the top line between former President Trump and Vice President Harris. That obscures big changes going on underneath that could ultimately, as Kelly said, affect the outcome. It may explain why former President Trump is looking for debates now. Okay, here's the head-to-head. It was +2 for Trump in the NBC News July survey. It's still +2 for Trump. By the way, other surveys show Harris with a slight lead, but they both kind of consolidated their bases, but still a 2-point lead for Trump within the 3.1% margin of error. Now, look what's happened, though. Big changes here on this next one. We asked people, are you satisfied with your nominee? Now, for Biden, it was just 33%. Look at this. For Harris, 81% of Democrats are now satisfied with the nominee. But there's an offsetting change because the Republican satisfaction with their nominee, i.e. President Trump, went up as well. So it's 80-81. They're both bringing their gangs to the knife fight here when it comes to politics here. The biggest improvements for Harris, young people, women, suburban and white voters as well. Now take a look here at that's the slide we just did there. Now we're going to the next slide here. How about the approval ratings? You can see Biden with -15 in our survey here. Harris improved by 10 points, but then look at the offset for Trump here, improving again by about 7 points here, 6 points to -9. So about even as we go into this. So big changes, but offsetting changes when it comes to this. Now, looking at who is voting for or against, take a look here. In January, 31% were voting for the Democratic nominee. Democratic nominee. That was Biden. And 62% were voting for Biden, more against Trump. That's changed a bit for Harris. 54% are now voting for Harris. But you can see, relative to Trump over here, there's scope for Harris to improve and have more people be into her candidacy versus voting for her as a vote against Trump. This is a snapshot in time. The race is early yet between Harris and Trump. Big question becomes, how much more can Harris make people enthusiastic about her candidacy rather than opposing Trump? And for Trump, the question is whether he can break through some of the favorability ceilings that we've seen in his numbers in the past. Both sides are going to need more help to get to the White House because they can't do it necessarily when there's that 2-point advantage.
It would seem that the voters who are favorably inclined to former President Trump are really solidifying behind him. They really like what he's stands.
That is true. It has been true. It's more true now. Yeah. The big story, though, is the solidification, is that a word, underneath Vice President Harris.
All right.